Hi, FCC family. My name is Kevin Kelley, the Father's Coach. We here at the Father's Coach, we here to reform the image of fatherhood in our culture. And today, this is the fitness episode that we have here. And I know we normally talk about one of the five F's in one of our episodes, but today we're going to talk about the fitness. And we know what's very, very important is faith, family, friends, finance, and fitness. And we have here today Coach C, and we're going to talk about some fitness. And we here at the Father's Coach podcast, we want to reform the image of fatherhood, but we also want to educate, we want to inform. And what the media is saying right now for the last, let's say, 6 years has been very negative when it came to our young African American brothers, young African American boys. That's why I'm in the industry. That's why I'm in the school districts. I'm there to mentor, to coach, and do leadership for our young men. And we have another young man here, Coach C, who you're going to see in a minute. Well, I'm going to bring him on in a minute, and he's going to share some things. He's going to share his life. He's going to share his journey, and we're just going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up in 3, 2, and 1.
You got me.
Welcome there, Coach C.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I'm glad you was available today. I think this topic of fitness is very, very well. There's so much. I did an episode a couple of last year sometime, and we were talking about the health and the weight of African American men and the image that we're portraying, even with the youth, that it's okay to be sloppy, it's okay to be a little overweight, but it's not okay. It's not okay. But I want you to share a little bit about your bio, and then we could chop it up and talk about some of the health journey that's a lot of our males are dealing with right now.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing me in again. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Some of our men, our black men, sometimes because we're so strong, because we came from some rough environments, we have a history that we are well tested. However, I can speak to this for sure. As far as physical health, as far as nutrition, that wasn't something that you faced every day.
Right.
So that's something you had to pick up along the way. And I'm from a small little community in Wilmington, Delaware, called South Bridge. And like I said, there was lots of struggles that happened. But luckily for me, I found fitness through sports and activities and made it all to the NFL and was a police officer. And I found that fitness always took me along the way. And finally, I'm in a place where fitness is the thing I do as a professional now. So I love it. And it's very important. It's very important as I preach to my clients and my friends and my family and anybody that comes in contact with me.
Wow. So talk about the NFL. I want to hear that history. You can't just blaze by that and say, yeah, I was in the NFL. Yo, that's a big thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Less
Thank
than
you.
what, less than 0.03% of athletes get into the NFL. So you gotta share that. You gotta share that journey, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Being in the NFL, it definitely was a major chapter. I learned some things getting there. It was something that, most of us do that play sports. You think about the top, the kids, they watch basketball, they think about LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, your favorite football stars when you're younger. So it's like you think about being there. And then as I went through high school, I achieved a lot in high school, and on to college, it became a reality for me my senior year of college. And I was told I had a chance. I had scouts showing up to the games because of all the things I did in college. And I went for it, man. I went 110% in, getting up early, staying up late, working out, going crazy. And I was blessed to be drafted in NFL 7th round to the Atlanta Falcons in 2002. Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So that means you had to have discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have discipline. You had to have this word that we all use all the time, stick to itiveness.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
You had to be focused, and you had to be teachable. You had
Yes.
to be teachable. In college. What college did you go to?
Widener University up in Chester, Pennsylvania. Yep,
Wow,
small
wow.
school, Division III school. So I think that adds a little sauce on top of making the NFL because we weren't playing the big schools, we weren't on the map, but
What's Division One?
there's
Yeah.
some great people and we did some great things.
Wow. So you overcome a lot of odds. There's some odds a lot of people have said, just in on the East Coast, being in the inner city, being in Wilmington, Delaware, and also Southbridge. I know a lot of brothers live in Southbridge. And for some strange reason, that Southbridge area of Wilmington, it produced some powerful men I'm telling you, it produced some powerful men in business, industry, um, yourself, Coach C, Mr. Mike Coleman. You guys did well. You guys did well. I don't know, must be something in the water. Must be something in the water. And we know there's another side of the element too. We know there's another side of the element that's kind of rough, and you had to overcome a lot of those things. And because this is the Father's Coach podcast, I do want to share something about fathers. So was there a father in your life? Was there a man in your life? Was there a grandfather in your life? Was there an uncle in your life? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, yeah. In Southbridge, just speaking back to that, man, it was a lot of men. So you've seen a lot of things. You've seen a whole bunch of things. Now, one thing I can say about Southbridge and that community is it wasn't a lot of outside involvement. It was usually held in community. The community handled the community, and you got to know who was who, and from that, you decided what you liked. If you saw it, you kept it, and if you didn't like it, you left it. You know what I mean? So that was good. Directly, no father, but I had a grandfather who used to keep me close, and I had some uncles that I watched play sports and whatnot. But overall, that what I just said, and I hope through all of this, especially what you talking about family, and as one of the 5 F's, man, you gotta look at people and just observe. And use the knowledge you have, definitely if you can get things biblically, but use the knowledge you have to take what you like and use it. Take what you see, and sometimes, like you said, some strong brothers in Wilmington, and you see some things, and you try to emulate it, and if you're not quite getting it, you try to talk to them, you try to stay around them, and on the other side of that, see things you don't like or not where you're going, you stay away from it. You know what I mean? So you get examples both ways, and I think I've been blessed with being able to see that and take advantage of that, instead of just being, that person that's a pawn being used per se. But I kind of just watch, take what I like, leave what I don't like, and use it to my advantage.
Okay, now let's make it a little personal too. Let's go a little deeper. What are some of your major male influences?
Major male influences. Now this is probably surprising. I live Southbridge, small community. Man, 6 houses down from me is a guy named Mike Reed. Mike Reed. He's about 10 or 11 years older than me. He made it to the NFL as well.
Wow.
So you got 2 people from the same block in Wilmington, Delaware, that both made it to him. He's actually a coach at University of Clemson now, And I haven't had a chance to talk to Mike in I don't know how long, you know what I mean? I know his little brother, I remember his little sister and other family members.
What's his little brother name?
Little sister, he got a little sister, no little brother.
What's his brother name? Just curious. I want to make sure it's not the guy that I know.
His name?
His brother.
No brother. Little sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
little
I thought it might have been D. Reed. That's why I put that up.
But he's in Clemson. And anyway, the point is, like, I remember watching all the success he had. I remember watching him come and go to practice and whatnot, and just seeing how he looked and how he's built and everything like that. That was major for me, man. Just having somebody so close. And then, like I said, I mean, at that time, I didn't think I could truly make it as far as I did, you know what I mean? But it's just like, just following those little breadcrumbs of things you like, staying on the trails of things that you like, and leaving what you don't like, So that's probably the contributing factor that, he don't even realize, and other people don't even realize, because I seen it was close by,
Wow. You see that, you said 2 houses down?
About 6 houses down from
6 houses down from you. It was your image.
Yep.
That was your image that you saw. And then look at you, and then you're the fruit of that.
Yep.
So you looked at something and you became what you saw. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's an amazing principle too. So now tell me about your journey after the NFL.
Yeah. So like you said, not many people make the NFL. So when I got there, it also stands for not for long. Man, it's hard to stay in there. Got the best of the best, trying to take every single spot. So it kind of wrapped up for me after I went to Atlanta. I went to St. Louis. And then I ended up going to Canada, and that's when I kind of dwindled down. I was like, okay, what's next for me? So after the NFL, I took a job at the PAL up in North Wilmington. When I got to the PAL, I kept seeing police officers come in and out, and I liked how they was talking. I liked the fact that the kids looked up to them. I liked the fact that I don't care, the kids want to play basketball, want to do whatever they're doing in the PAL. But when the cops came in, they always kind of gravitated to them. And sometimes I saw cops take advantage of that. And sometimes I saw police officers lose that opportunity to make a connection with kids from the community. So
opportunity. I like
Yeah. So I said one thing for certain. It looks like a successful career, and you can have an impact on kids. That's what I was doing at the time, is working with kids. So I got into police as a police officer, and I did that for about 15 years. But I'll let you pause there if you want to talk about that. But
Man, you are a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You went from Southbridge to the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
ended up playing in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and then came back working with the kids, and then became a police officer. Like nothing you can't. I don't think there's anything you can't do. You couldn't do.
Well, you know how it is, but through God, you can do so much.
Man, yeah, and I love that scripture. With God, all things are possible.
All things are
All
possible.
things are possible
Yes,
to them that believe, and you're a believer.
yes, sir.
And that was so amazing. So, are you married?
Yes, I am married. Yes, I am. Yep, I am married. Yep.
How long? How long you been married?
We're going on 2 years. And the funny story is we actually knew each other in high school. We never dated, never got a chance to really make that connection. But all these years later, circling back around, I got her. She mine, and we're married. Yes.
Ah, that's what I'm talking about. See, when you talk about, I was thinking about this. I've been married today. This year would be 28 years, so it's 27, like in
Congrats.
maybe 20 months. But the thing is, when we start thinking about what you just said was, I got her. It was like a prize. It was like
Mhm.
something that she's mine. This is something that I can respect. I can honor. That type of thing. It's somebody I got. So you got something. You got a prize. That's amazing. She's your
Mhm.
bride, man. And we know this to be true, that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and
Right.
obtains favor from the Lord. And that's your bride, man. That's amazing, man. You have any children?
Yes, yes. I have a son. He is graduating from high school this year. He goes to Howard. Yep.
Oh
And
man.
then I have a daughter, and she is I can't say it because her boyfriend is going to do something soon. But anyway, they're having their first child together.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm rocking, man. I'm rock.
Oh
I'm loving
man,
everything.
you got everything going on, man. You have
Yes.
everything going on, and I love the fact that even though you was a cop, you was
Mm-hmm.
a cop, police precinct. So you said you were a cop for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
were 15 years. So why did you shift from being a cop into whatever you're doing now?
Yes, yes. It's a lot of reasons.
Okay,
Kind of like the same thing. If I had my choice to stay in the NFL, of course I would have.
of course.
I think God had better plans for me. It's so much I can take away. It's kind of like the same thing up before. You can take the things that you like and leave the things you don't like. And I think the NFL, I took things I liked, but it was also things that weren't becoming of me, things that were not going to help me to keep growing. If you never heard of Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, he always says something
Ah,
pretty profound. He says, your talent will take you places sometimes where your character can't keep you, And I think for me, I needed the NFL to prove that I am worthy of certain things, but I also need the lessons in there to kick my butt to tell me I need to work on some things. So you take that to becoming a police officer. I had a lot of success as a police officer, man. I was top of my class coming out. Got an award for that. I
it's
was rookie of
amazing.
the year the following year. I won officer of the year about 11 years into my career, and I became a sergeant, a supervisor with 12 years in my career. So I spent the last 3 years as a supervisor, and kind of like with the NFL. I would say the first parts of my career, I was really focused on the glorious stuff, chasing the bad guys, the
Mhm.
car chases, the drug busts. I was on the Marshall Task Force, doing all the hiding out, sneaking, and all that. Like, I had a good time. But as I got older, into my career, things shifted, and I became more community oriented and
Okay.
more impacted. And then through all of that, I actually started my fitness business.
Ah,
And with my fitness business, kind of like you, it was two things I created. I created Emmett LLC, which is Educate, Motivate, Inspire, Teach, and Teamwork.
now
So
you got to slow down. You got to slow down. I got to write this down.
Emmett LLC, which is Educate,
Uh-huh.
Motivate, Inspire, Teach, and Teamwork. That's stands
Ooh,
for. Yep. And when
man.
I started that around 2016. When I started that, although I was a police officer, I was personal training, and I was going in schools. And next thing you know, I'm only giving my job 40 hours, and I found myself just really trying to grow my business and doing things for my business, and ultimately, I found ways to just be more impactful in my business, impactful with what I was doing, and I took less time and attention to get with being a police officer, and I made some decisions, and it's something good to talk about because with decisions comes consequences, and
Yes.
and that's when sometimes you find out who's in your corner, who's not in your corner, and when it all comes down to is you got to make the best decision that works for you. So I decided to walk away from as a police officer with 15 years on hard choice. I'm not going to say it wasn't a hard choice, but I was a full-fledged police officer.
So
However, I will say
had to leave your pension?
I got to collect all that. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Okay.
lose that. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Wow.
I walked away, and what I will say when God takes you away from something, is usually you might not see it, but He's giving you more. And honestly, one of the things my wife helped me with understanding is now you can go all in on what you want to do. Now you can go all in. I don't have no 40 hours to give to nobody no more. So walking away gave me more to my fitness business. I've landed more contracts. I've landed more clients. And I mean, I really, you wouldn't think something that would hurt you would propel you. And
Yeah.
I go back from the NFL. The NFL, when I got cut from the NFL, finally, going into my fourth year in the NFL, I got cut. That was the first time someone said to me, put me in office and said to me, "You ain't good enough." That was the first time. That's the first time I heard that in my life. And that hurt me. That hurt me. So to still make it through that and achieve all of this, it shows that through every hardship or every mistake, there's glory on the other side. So I mean, I just want to give you a chance to talk, but that's kind of like the story of how I ended up here.
Man, I love that. I love that. And one thing I want to say that you are enough. You have enough and you belong. You
Mm-hmm.
got it, man. You got it. You got it. One thing you said that when you walk away or when God leads you, I forget how you phrased it, but when
Mm-hmm.
you walk away from something else, God gives you something bigger. I think all of this was like leading you to your purpose. And even you where you are right now it's still developing. Your purpose is still developing. Leadership, you and I met. I know there's some things that we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna collaborate on some things. But it's still unfolding for all of us. We're still growing, and I just love your journey. Oh my God, you got to write a book about that. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to write a
Yeah,
book.
thank you. One thing, let me just add one thing because it's so profound that you got your 5 Fs. Because one thing I wanted to elevate in my business,
Mm-hmm.
because I already have it, but I have to give this to my clients. I have to give this to in my group workouts. It's the faith aspect, and I
Yes.
and I and I had to slow down and look at everything I've been through, or think of your own life. Everything you've been through, you're still here. God has made you through it. And really, if you would have just had the faith and been strong in your faith, imagine how much stress you would have saved yourself. Even
Ooh.
when things didn't go right, the unexpected turns, the people that hurt you, but if you would have just had that faith, you're still here. And most of us are doing things that are taking us to where we want to go. We have hurdles, but if you would have just had the faith, you would have saved yourself all that stress, all that noise, all them wasted words and nights of turning in bed and all that. So anyway, that's it. So faith.
Oh
Faith
man,
is
this
big
is good.
one.
This is good, man. You know what? You said the faith. If you would, and this is a freebie right here. So the faith piece, you got to have an acronym for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to have an acronym for that, and then make that thing yours. And I know you teach us some stuff now. You just
Uh-huh.
like I called you the other week. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I called you, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Send me a video that I
Uh-huh.
can put to my kids." You know what I'm saying? And I believe that and you did do. They sent me too. And the thing is, I believe there's more. I think that's more. There's more. You're gonna impact many people. We're going to impact many people, not just here in Delaware, not just here in the East Coast, but also globally, YouTube type of thing. And I think your story needs to be heard.
Thank
Your
you.
story needs to be heard from starting. I'm not going to badmouth. Um, I'm not going to badmouth Southbridge. I'm not
Uh-huh.
going to badmouth that. But the thing is, but where you come from and where you are, even the gym that you're in right now, the gym where you have your clients come.
Yep.
You're there being interviewed right now. That's amazing. That's amazing. So give me like top three things that propel you. Top three things that you live by, like your core values. Just give me three of them.
Got you. Well, you know faith. You already know faith. That's one
Yeah.
thing through all that. You know, you got to have a faith. I think all of us are given a vision. We're all given a vision. We all have an imagination. You got to lean into that vision where you see yourself. I think sometimes we short ourselves because we'll see something on TV, and it maybe your money's right, or maybe you're in a good mood, and you'll look at it and you'll be like, "Oh, I can have that. I can do that," but there's no execution behind it. And then
Ooh.
sometimes you see things on TV or you see something, and because you're in a different mood, you'll be like, "Oh, I can never do that. I can never get there." So I think with that vision, you got to just understand what's your vision, not what somebody else's vision. You got to know what your vision is, and you got to pray and ask for that. So know what your vision is and pursue that with passion. So that's one of my things, and I love your energy, and that's me. I always say the secret sauce to growth, is intensity. And when you put passion into with pretty much similar passion intensity, and you add that into what you're doing, I think that's when you get some good results, whether it be spiritually, whether it be whether or not you working on in your class, you know what I mean? Kids, other people, peers, they like to see the passion because passion typically is authentic, So that's it. Faith. Yep. The faith, the passion, and number one, and this is one, is the perseverance, man. I got stories, I got things I've been through, and if God didn't take you out of here, you got more work to do.
You got more work.
You persevere and push through it. That perseverance and resilience. Those are my principles right there, right off the top. Start the day with faith. Keep my passion. Don't let nobody do my passion, and persevere through. You ain't always gonna feel great. The one thing about these weights, I say this to all my clients, the one thing about these weights, they always going to show up. 45 pounds always going to be 45 pounds. 20 pounds always going to be 20 pounds. It's that they're going to do their job. You got to do your job.
Yes.
You got to make sure you keep fighting, because the weight ain't going to change. It's not going to be lighter tomorrow. That's in your mind. You gotta persevere and keep lifting it, because as you keep doing it, and as you keep going through, and you keep that passion, you keep that faith, you'll wake up one day and it won't be as heavy, and you'll be looking and feeling a lot better.
Man, you know what? I can't take my coach hat off.
Mm-hmm.
My father's coach, right? I can't take my coach hat off. But you said something about vision, so I got to ask you, what's your vision? Where do you see yourself within the next, let's say, 5 years? But vision, give me a definition first, and then tell me what you see within the next 5 years.
Vision. Your vision, and a person's vision is the potential to maximize their talents. Your vision is so. I don't know if you're a great cook. I can't cook a lick. My wife can cook her butter. I can't cook a lick. But and I have a vision for my wife for her cooking, but she don't have that vision. So what I'm getting at is your vision is whatever God-given talent you have. How can you maximize that thing? And love to do it, of course. Some people can sing, but they don't have the passion to sing. Or some people can, like I said, cook, or some people can naturally speak, but they don't have the passion to speak. So whatever that passion that you have with the principle and the vision you have, and that is maximized. That's what I think a true vision is. Maximizing, seeing yourself being able to do that thing. And I ain't talking about for money. I'm just talking about doing it on the grandest scheme, or in a place where you're gonna have the most impact to give the gift away that God gave you, and do it at the best. So that to me is vision. That's vision. Now, where I see myself in 5 years is constantly, through everything I've been through, I see myself making more and more room to expand. I've able to double my contracts in school. I remember how fearful I was the first time I went live with my client booking. I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna book with me. Ain't nobody gonna join me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I remember when I finally went live, man, I had like 1 or 2 clients, and it went on for about 3 weeks, maybe. 1 or 2 went to 8 or 9. 8 or 9 went to 14, 15, 15 went to 17, 17 went to 30, 30 went to 35. And I was like, okay. So now I'm at a point where now I got to figure out how I can handle 35 plus.
How to manage that now.
Yes.
Wow. That's success, man. That's success.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing.
Let alone with my school business. So where my vision is getting better like you said, the coach had my getting better at managing the potential I have, because I do not want to dwindle my fire, and I'm not losing my fire for nobody.
Right,
So
right.
getting better at managing this thing so I can give this gift that I have and have the biggest impact to as many people as I possibly can.
That's amazing. That's the reason why I'm in school. I'm in the schools. That's the reason why I'm connected to some of these organizations that we're in the community. Like 2 Saturdays out of the month, I'm in the community, and
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing. So the father's coach is being a father to those who don't have fathers, right?
Hey, yes,
We're in the
me.
community, and this other organization, Afri Female and Afri Male, is an institute down here in Dover, Delaware, and so we connect. And just this past week, we had a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, and math, that
Man.
whole program, and we did that. It's just amazing to give myself. So why do Kevin Kelley do it? I do it because of the impact.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go and then just plant a
Yeah,
seed somewhere. Bring some boundaries. Share some core values. If they don't have any core values, kind of give them an image, like you were saying. Give them
right,
an image of what they can do. Here's a core value for you. Try it. See if it
right.
works for you. Like, see if it works.
That's where I was going with it, right? And I appreciate your courage behind it, because at least that gives them the opportunity to take it or leave it. Because some kids, some people never get an opportunity to see what they might like, to see what might work for them. So I appreciate you just getting in there and giving them an opportunity to see you, and that's big. That is very
We
big.
got to get you down here. We got to get you down here on some fitness with these guys.
I would love it.
Especially before, because the program ends in June. So maybe we can squeeze you in, get you in there for a session or so,
I
type of
would
thing.
love it. I would
And
love
what that's all about is impact.
it. Mm-hmm.
We want to make a major impact, and I really appreciate you. Another question I have for you too. So now you're married. You've been married 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
still in your honeymoon. So as a husband, we don't talk about this a lot. As a husband, how do you see yourself? What word can I use? In conflict. How do you navigate through conflict?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if you reached it yet. 2 years, you might still be on honeymoon. Y'all might still
Yeah.
be at Hawaii stages.
Right, right, right. I know you can give me some pointers. I know you got some, because you say 28, right?
Yes, it'll be 28 this year. This July. Yeah.
I would say, as a maturing man, understanding that, the two becoming one, and understanding God is the number one thing in between. I think one of the hardest things for men on the men's side is the part of submission, and dying to yourself and being in a state of service to your spouse. I think that's so hard because, like I said earlier, we've been through so many things to survive. We've been through so many things and achieved. So it's hard to let go principles that work, So we don't typically get a good rule book on how to be a man of service to your wife. What submission looks like, from your wife. You know what I mean? Like, the words sound simple, but what does it look like with your eyes? You know what I mean?
Right.
Service sounds simple, but what does it look like with your eyes? So I think one of the biggest conflicts I've had is getting my old ways out of the way,
Wow.
and reading and understanding what these words mean, and let love cover all my patience. Let love cover all my apologies. Let love cover, because just like this gym, this relationship gonna show up every day. Every day. It ain't going nowhere. And if you really want it, you got to keep showing up, and you can't let your passion die. You got to still date your wife. You still got to love your wife. When you don't agree, when you find something new. I know you said 20 years, but sometimes I find something new. You know what I mean? But like, oh, I didn't see it before. But all of that, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's like, I can use so many analogies from how when you just persevere and you get through the hard stuff, it's so much glory on the other side. It's so much glory. So I'm down for the fight. All the conflict that's in. I remember when we just had a conversation. You got to remember it, and I'm sure you can attest to it. Any problem you got, I don't care what comes up. I don't care how bad it is, whatever the issue is always you two versus the problem. It's never you It's never my problem. It's never your problem. Let's get on the same side and figure out how we can attack that problem. Even if I caused it, or if it came from your cousin, your mama-in-law, or whatever the case may be, let's figure it out so we can take it on, because we are not going to have conflict. We got to work together.
I love this. I love this. I love this. You full of wisdom. You're full of wisdom. I know sometimes out of the almost 28 years we've been married, it's like we may have beef, we may have some conflict, and we may not even resolve it the way I think we should have resolved it. But the next day, it seems like is the mercies are new. It's like it never happened. Like last night never happened. We still going on. We trucking on. Like, yeah, last night happened. We talked about it. And we still shared the pillow. Nobody was in the other room. Nobody was downstairs. Type of thing. Next day, it was like, oh, you taking babe to school, or me? That type of thing.
Right. And,
I made coffee for you. And then we go about our day. We doing our thing. It's choosing again. It's like every day I have to choose again. Every day I choose my wife. Every day I choose her. Even if she may be a little upset, I may be made her upset. Like, here's a cup of coffee here. I made me a cup of coffee here. Here's yours first, type of thing. And then I choose her again. I keep choosing her. Just like you just said, man. I love this passion, keeping the passion. Oh my God. So how about this? So we're gonna keep this a little short now. So the thing is, you got the gym. You're in the schools, freshly married, son in college, daughter about to make some transitions in her life, type of thing. How do you keep balance?
I like that you said that, and I was going to kind of segue into this coming off the marriage thing, and because it's like you made a commitment, right? You made a commitment, and for me, fitness is a commitment. I tell my clients, you got to commit. You can't go to this gym. You can't come work out with me as a trainer and say, hey, I'm gonna come do this for 3 weeks and then my body can be right. Well, you might get better, but you still got to do it after. You got to make a commitment to the lifestyle. That's it. And that's it. You got to make a commitment to lifestyle. I'm a married man. That's a lifestyle. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a fitness. That's a lifestyle that goes with that. So when you're a father, it's a lifestyle that you have to have, So I say, with all the conflicts and how do you handle everything, understanding what is all under you, what are all the things that are under you that touch you, or you're responsible to build up. And once you just take on that mentality and commit to it as a lifestyle, I think it kind of, and that's what it did for me, it shifted my mentality of thinking they're burdens or thinking there's problems. And we do have problems that come up, but the point is, it's a lifestyle. It's almost like if you got a job or your own business, you're an entrepreneur. When things come, you just got to handle them. It's not, this is why I hate being an entrepreneur. This is why. If you want to do that all day, then like you wasting time and energy. You know what I mean? So like, things happen. So you understand the entrepreneur lifestyle, when you understand the marriage lifestyle, you understand the father lifestyle, we understand the problems that come with lifestyle. Then it just shifts. You know what I mean? We got to find ways, of course, to vent, especially with your spouse. You know what I mean? When you need a time. But other than that, you understand it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
I love that. I love that. It's a lifestyle. And then just like you're doing, you're including your wife into your lifestyle. You both have joint visions, and she bought into you.
Yes.
Even though that's your prize, but she bought into you, and you like, yo, this is my prize, and we both share in the victory.
Yes.
Now, do you have any products that the clients, that the people from the FCC family, that's the Father's Coach community, that can reach out to you, that could get maybe some training, or is there a website that they could go to, or is there a book that you have written, or whatever supplements that you may have? Can you share that?
So I want to direct them to two things. One is my Instagram page, okay, just at least to follow, okay. It's 4 Quartz Fit, all one word, of course, no underscores. 4, the number 4, then Quartz, QUARTS Fit, 4 Quartz Fit, and that's on Instagram. And then for my website, it's EMITTLLC.com. So just go on either one of them, in particular the 4 Quartz Fit, and just at least follow. I'm doing something to boost my business right now. I actually I'm not accepting no new clients. I stopped all my new clients as of the 16th. So no new clients are coming in right now. And my plan is, in 2 months, I'm redeveloping some things so I can maximize what I do. Like we said, I gotta do some optimization to kind of help me out. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like I'm spinning in mud. And my biggest thing is, as anybody that has a business or a product, you don't want your product to the service to drop. And I've got more clients, I got more people, and I got to just be in position so I can lift everybody up. You know what I mean? Because it's a lifestyle. So for now, I just give me a follow. I do have T-shirts that all my clients have. I got water bottles and all that, but I gotta pause everything so that I can make sure my product stays at a high level.
I appreciate that. And that was some good businesses too. I love that. I love that. So thanks again for joining today. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all the story. You have an amazing story, and I love even a lot of the principles and the core values that you shared. I mean, awesome, awesome. So I'm looking forward to actually sharing this to the clients, not to our clients, but to the FCC clients and type of thing. But I want everyone here to subscribe to the Father's Coach podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. That we have a lot of people that are watching and viewing. I mean, up and down the East Coast, across the United States, Seattle, Washington, where my mentor is and everything. But the deal is, we need more subscribers.
Subscribe. Yes.
Yes, yes. So, do you want to leave? Want to leave the family with the inspiring word, or with something, just something from you?
Let me leave y'all with this. Have faith, be fit, and never stop. What your faith looks like, I mean, you know, we can all have biblical references and whatnot, but whatever your faith looks like, don't lose it. Only grow it. Only grow it. And then with your fitness, I say this to everybody and anybody. I don't care how you look. Make sure you feel good. Make sure you feel good. My clients sometimes I want the arms, okay, but how do you feel? And as long as you feel good, and I mean, not the fake feel good when you're eating something, I mean to feel good like your back don't hurt. Your side don't hurt for no random reason. Your knees are feeling better or feel good. You don't get certain heartburns when you eat certain things. So you gotta just work on that and pursue it with your passion, you know. And I really say all of that to say with the faith and the fitness, because we all have somebody who's near and dear to us, and we all have somebody who's watching us. And you never know what you do right or wrong might affect that person that's watching you. So please have faith and be fit. And that's why I do it.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you. All right, I look forward to seeing this. All right.